Good afternoon, YouTube family. Good afternoon. Happy New Year's once again. I just wanted to get on here, you guys, and just to say I am so thankful. I am so thankful for life. You know, I believe that God is definitely moving in my life. He is doing some excellent things. And not only is he doing good things in my life, I just wanted to tell you guys to be careful what you ask for. I'm going to tell you guys something. You know, when you ask God for something, and this is just in life, when getting something that you ask for, remember, it comes with a price. And a lot of people may be looking or thinking like, what are you talking about? Well, let me give you guys some information. When getting something, you have to be willing to give up something. You know, in life, it's all about sacrifice. You know, and the reason why I say it's all about sacrifice is because, a lot of people we have this mindset of we want this, we want that, and not knowing what comes along with that type of what comes along what you're asking for. Like, for an example, you can ask for $1 million, or you can ask for a lot of money, but not knowing that that money comes with a price. When you gain something, you lose something. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. When wanting something in life, it comes with a price. And I'm just telling you guys this afternoon, just be careful what you ask for. If you can't handle what you're asking for, don't ask for it. A lot of people seem to just want the things they want, but can't handle the outcome. I'm learning a lot of things in 2020. This is the first day in 2020, and I realized that God is doing some things in my life, and I'm thankful because I'm 31 years old, and I got a lot on my plate, but at the end of the day, I know God won't give me anything, that I can't bear. A lot of us seem to, excuse me, a lot of us seem to ask for things that we can't handle, and that's why I say it's very important that we be careful of what we ask for, because you got to remember this. Sometimes, yes, God knows what we want. God knows what we can handle. But sometimes we put the pressure on ourselves. Sometimes we ask for things that we know we can't handle. But just be careful. Be careful what you ask for, because I believe this year is basically telling me, it's time, to get it right, to get things in order, and God he may be dealing with, you on a different level. I gained, let me just say this. Last year, 2019, I asked God for my own family. And I know some of you guys probably thinking like, okay, what do you mean your own family? Well, for those that don't know, I'm married. I've been married for 2 years now. In this year, 2020, January 20th, it'll make 3 years that me and my wife been married. And all together, we've been together for 5 years. So basically, we've been knowing each other for 5 years. We've been married for almost 3 years. And I asked God, last year, I said, give me a family. I want a family of my own. And yes, I have my family, like my moms, my sisters, and them. Yeah, that's cool and all. But it comes a time in a man's life where he wants his own family. So the story that I'm getting ready to tell you guys, some people don't know this story, but my wife was diagnosed a long time ago with this thing that's called PCOS. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't want to say it too fast for people not to know what I'm talking about. And she couldn't conceive. She would have irregular periods, and all things happen. Body starts to change, and it's been 5 long years. And I believe God works in time. God works in time. We've been praying, we've been holding on. And I believe that God, he was basically just preparing us. He was preparing us. So last year, come to find out, my wife took a pregnancy test and she was pregnant. We were shocked. We thank God. We were so excited, and I kept telling her, I was like, God works in mysterious ways, and he works in his own time, and I believe that God has answered my prayers. He's answered my prayers. We don't know what we're having, but I'm thankful that God is giving me what I'm asking for, and I believe in my heart, that I'm ready for it because God has prepared me, and not only has God been blessing me, my son is in my life, which is amazing. It's amazing, how God works. He gave me my son last year. My wife and I are getting ready to have a child, our very first child together, and I believe that he is working miracles and he is doing great things in my life. And I am just so happy. I am so thankful that God is getting ready to bless me with my own family, So I'm just asking you guys out there, to just not only prepare yourself, but when asking God for something, just know that it comes with a price. You have different things that happen while asking for what you're asking for. Because I was always told, and I had a conversation with my one of my co-workers at the job, and he was like, sometimes, and most of the time, when somebody wins, somebody else is going to lose. And just like in this world, in this life, when there's life, there's death. So it's like, it's a give and take situation. It's a give and take situation. And I'm just going to keep my head up. I know God is getting ready to do some great things this year. He's already been blessing me. He's already been showing me things. In this year, 2020, God is definitely getting ready to show up. But just be careful what you ask for, and remember that whatever you ask for, remember, something is going to give. Something is going to give, whether you know it or not, because what you ask for, something else is going to get pulled away. Something else is going to get pulled away. People may not like it. Some people in your life may find it very hard to accept, but I just know for a fact that What God has for me is just for me. And I know that I have to answer to God for everything that I have done on this side of heaven, you know. And I'm just letting you guys know that you have to do what's best for you. You know, whether if people agree with you or not, whether people change up on you, you just have to do what's right for you and yours. Because like I said before, God is in control. And I know this year, I'm telling you guys, this year, 2020, I'm giving my all to God. I'm talking about my all to God. It's not that God has left us. It's not that God has walked away from us. We walked away from God all those times. You know, so what I'm telling you guys today is, you know, this year, 2020, I'm putting all my eggs, or should I say I'm putting all my trust in God. I'm putting all my trust in God because I know He's going to lead me and He's going to guide me. He's going to give me understanding. No matter what goes on in my life, I'm just going to trust in Him because I know that He will never mislead me. He will never steer me wrong. And this year, you guys, put God first. Put God first in all that you do. And sometimes it may seem like, you know, you're making a hard decision, or you don't know how this situation is going to turn out, or you don't know what's going to happen. Just take a leap of faith and trust God. Trust God, because guess what? Sometimes you just have to have that faith. Sometimes you just have to step out. Step out and just trust God in all that you do. You know, sometimes, you know, it's hard for us to really, you know, it's hard for us to do something when we are afraid of doing it because we don't know the outcome or we don't know what's going to happen. But I'm telling you guys today, trust God. Trust God. Take a chance and trust God and have faith and believe that whatever decision that you make, pray about it, but make sure that you are making the right decisions. But make sure that you trust God in the middle of everything that you may be going through. Trust Him in the process. In the process, because let me tell you guys something. This year, 2020, you're going to get your answer. You're going to get your answer. Everything last year that seemed it so frustrating, or it seemed like it was out of place and you didn't know which way to turn, 2020, this year, you're going to get your answer. You're going to receive everything that you have been waiting for. And you're going to see it. And guess what? It may not be the way you want to see it. It may not even come how you want it to come. But I guarantee you, it's going to show up. It's going to show up. But this year, you guys, just trust God. Trust God with all your heart. I don't care what goes on in your life. Put God first this year. Put God first before your relationship, before anything. Put God first. I cannot tell you guys as much as I'm telling you guys right now. Put God first. We live in a big world, you guys. A big world, you know. And a lot of things are getting ready to happen. But you want to make sure that you have a close relationship with God. That you trust Him. That you keep your faith. Don't give up because it gets hard. We all faced a lot of things last year. We all went through ups and downs. But this year, put your trust in God. Put your trust in God because He'll never leave you. He'll never steer you wrong. So this year, you guys, I'm just going to put it all in God's hands. You know, I feel like, you know, a lot has happened in my life. A lot has changed. A lot of things are going to change because nothing stays the same. We all know that. Nothing stays the same, you know. But remember that there's a price that will have to be paid. A price that will be paid. Because when you when you want something out of life and you want it so bad, you gotta remember it's a give and take situation. In order to give, something has to be taken. It's what you call a sacrifice. You know, sometimes we have to just roll with the punches of life and continue to just do what God wants us to do. You know, because what works for you may not work for somebody else. Sometimes you have to follow in your own footsteps and trust that God is going to lead you to your own destiny. Because guess what? Where God is getting ready to take me may not be for the person, you know, next to me. God has different directions for everybody. We all have our own paths, but we just have to trust God in the process, knowing that He will show up. So no matter how it looks or how you feel, just trust God. Trust God, you guys. It's 2020. It's time to wake up. It's been time to wake up. But just know that if you keep your trust in God, if you keep focused, don't worry about everybody else. Don't worry about people talking about you, because guess what? At the end of the day, they're going to continue to talk. You know, just keep your trust in God. Keep the faith in God, and know that He will bring you through and bring you out. I'm signing out, YouTube. I love you guys. Keep me and my wife in y'all prayers. I pray that, you know, pray that she has a good pregnancy. You know, pray that God bring us through, and just pray that God covers us. But I'm claiming it. I'm declaring, I'm decreeing right now that everything is going to go the way God wants it to. His will, it will be done over our life. And I just ask that you guys continue to just keep us in your prayers. And we're gonna go up. We're going all the way up 2020. We're going to give God the praise, and we're going to give God the glory. So I just ask you guys to just keep us in your prayers. I love you guys. And remember to plant the seed, and you shall receive your blessings from God. If this video has encouraged you in any way, share this on your Facebook page. Share this with someone that you love. Because if God loves me, He loves you. He loves us all. Until next time, you guys, be blessed. I love you, and Jesus Christ loves you more. Have a blessed one. It's 2020. Let's do it for Christ.